Hey guys, welcome to another episode here at Burns Valley. I hope you guys have had a great week. Happy Wednesday, hump day. We've made it halfway through the week, guys, and it's been warm. But that's all about the change after tomorrow. So, anyways, with this episode, we are doing a detailed forecast for tomorrow's severe weather event happening over Minnesota and Wisconsin. They have issued an enhanced outlook for a good chunk, pretty much the entire chunk of Wisconsin. Entire chunk of Wisconsin, yeah. And then like a good marginal slight risk into Minnesota. But I do think there will be a conditional tornado threat in central Minnesota. So that's why I really want to go over this video and highlight like the St. Cloud, Minneapolis area, because that is where the surface low will end up, and that's where everything comes together. So that being said, we'll get right into it. We're using the HRRR model, which is my personal favorite for being accurate. Why not? So we'll just stick with that. So this is 12 a.m. This is tonight going into tomorrow morning. So this is 3 a.m. as we get into the sunrise hour. As you can see, this big cluster of storm starts to come into the southwestern part of Minnesota. So that is the warm front, or the moist air, I should say, or the low pressure system coming in. So pretty much the warm front comes in, and as you can see by the 8 a.m. hour, there's a pretty good cluster of storms over a good chunk of the state already. So like I said, this is the warm front, or the warm moist air coming in, the low pressure system sucking in that warm moist air. So looks like Mankato just barely misses. For you like folks like Scott, maybe going to work tomorrow for a few hours in the morning, I think you guys will be in the clear. So this is 8 a.m. and then right by noon, there's a second round of storms coming into the state. Now this will be the most severe weather, guys. So when this happened last time, it was like 3-4 o'clock. The storms came in and it was done. And everyone's like, "Is that it? That's it?" So this will be early, guys. So, and this is a very potent low pressure system, big trough ejection. So I'm really thinking this will fire up some storms by 2 o'clock. So the low pressure system's right over here over like the Little Fargo area, or the Fargo area, pardon me. And then as you can see, this band here is kind of like the cold front dry line coming in. So as this line advances into the state, the second line, like I said, this is the most dominant threat for tornadoes. So this is by the 4 o'clock hour, guys. This big line of storms is starting to unzip into the Wisconsin area. So this right here, they will be semi-discrete supercells with the very good chance of tornadoes, large hail, and some severe gusty winds. So I think hail's up to 2 inches. That might not be in like Minnesota per se. That's more or less where the more moist, rich air is. So we'll get into that. We'll look at the dew points as well. But I just want to look at the composite reflectivity first, kind of give you an overall view of what radar will look like tomorrow. So as that line moves, this is 6-7 o'clock, and then by sunset, pretty much rolls out. Maybe there might be some little spotty showers as that low pressure system really cranks through. So we will move over to the dew points, because for good thunderstorms you need some dew points. So again, this is 12 a.m. tonight at midnight, and then as we get closer to that sunrise hour, guys, as you can see, the dew point's already 66 degrees, and what is that? I am drawing brain fart. What county that is? Waseca County, what? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So for the Waseca County area, it's already 66. Mankato, just on that brink of 60. So as you can see here, that sharp axis right here where the winds change, you can kind of count that as the warm front. This is 9 a.m. as that those storms hug that warm front boundary right here, and they lift off to the north. So hopefully, I don't think I'm wrong on that. But yeah, as that warm front advances north, as you can see here, almost already 70 dew point by noon tomorrow. That will really have a really good atmosphere for severe thunderstorms as that second line approaches. So this is the 2 o'clock hour. As you can see, that second line will be far off, advanced up here to St. Cloud already. This is the 3 o'clock hour. So I don't know if you guys remember that composite reflectivity had a line of storms already just to the north of the cities where the 70-degree dew point is. So it's already drier in Waseca County. It's already 48 for the dew point by 3 o'clock. So it'll be a very short window of a muggy atmosphere outside. So like I said, as those line of storms move off, it gets very dry very fast. 49 still for the dew point, almost 45 down by like Fairmont. Pretty sure that's down there. And then for Wisconsin, guys, since I will be chasing tomorrow, look at that, 70-degree dew points, 71. It's absolutely beautiful. So, well, real quick, I do want to go back. I want to go to that second line of storms. So I just want to advance to 2 o'clock here. This is the St. Cloud area, 67 for a dew, 67 for a dew point, guys. Now look over here, probable hazard type tornado. So this is what I look for. You have this LCL here, which is your cloud base. So you go outside, you look up, and the cloud's super low. So that's when the temperature and the humidity are the same. Cloud condense. So look at that, 67 dew point, 70-degree temperature. So 3-degree temperature spread. Incredible. So you can see here the wind barbs. If you don't know how to read wind barbs, down here the winds are coming from the south, and then as you go up, they kind of switch to the south. Wait, hold on here. Forgive me. The wind's coming from the southwest. That's what the wind barb is down here at the surface. And then as you go up, they switch to the south. They do some funky shit up here, but there's enough curvature in the atmosphere over here. See, my mouth is 0 is surface, and then 1 kilometer is a little higher up in the atmosphere, and then 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. So the higher number, the higher up you are in the atmosphere. So there's enough rotation to the 0 to 3 kilometer rotation to get a tornado. So I think it might be just majorly straight line winds, a very good thunderstorm, because you got 2300 Cape. You need 1500 to have a good thunderstorm. So 2300 is more than enough. I'd like to click on a sounding over here in that more tornado prone area. And as you can see here, those surface winds, more of the southwest, and then they switch to the south and then go to the southwest. So as you can see here, that 0 to 3 kilometers, a little more curvature in that hodograph. So, and there's almost 4,000 Cape over there, and a 70-degree dew point and a 77-degree temperature. So absolutely crazy. So you can see right here, just below Fargo, there's the surface low. The winds come from the south. Forgive me. I was trying to hold it. I couldn't hold it. I was waiting for the second one, but I think I can hold that one. So anyways, the surface low is just below Fargo. As you can see here, the wind's coming from the east. They switch up here to the northwest, north, and then they switch back around. So the low pressure system's right here, and then the warm front drapes right across this entire area. As you can see here, winds coming from the south, and as they immediately switch to the east, that warm front is right there. So that's how I indicate a warm front, is where the wind barbs change. They go from the south, and they go to the east. So I just want to advance. This is, let's go to 5 o'clock here. Let's go to just southeast of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Look at that. There's not too much curvature in that puppy, but it's still throwing a tornado probable. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. Regardless, there'll be a line of supercells tomorrow, so I guess we'll just go for some supercells. Now, I did capture a wild wedge tornado back in 2022 of June, and just east of La Crosse, Wisconsin, and Toma, actually. I'll include that in the video so you guys can look at that. So we'll hopefully capture another wild tornado tomorrow, God willing. Put us in the right place at the right time, and we will see what happens. So as you can see, these are hodographs, guys. So the purple line here is the surface, the red line is the mid-level winds, and then the green is the upper level winds, and then obviously the pinkish brown tan looking color is the high, extremely upper atmospheric winds. So as you can see, there's enough curvature in the atmosphere. We're just waiting when these storms fire up. So there's even enough curvature right here. Like I said, just from the 0 to 3 kilometer, guys, there's enough rotation. With that second line of storms, I would be due diligent. So I will actually show you this. So this is the updraft helicity. So this is a rotating updraft. This could be hailstones or hail cores. These could be actual tornadoes. But this is just the updraft helicity. This is the model depicting what updrafts will be rotating. So we'll move to 10 a.m. See, it kind of shows by 1 o'clock. You can see here like this little path. So I would assume that would be hail, because there's no way in flying heck there'll be tornadoes that early. So some hail, St. Cloud area. But then as that second line comes through, we will look at those updraft helicities. Look at that. So this long track one right here would be could be a tornado, and especially this very long track one here just west of La Crosse, Wisconsin, very long track. So these little brief ones too are just potential spin ups. Like I said, it could be hail cores, but that being said, it would be very rotationy, even though it's not a word, rotationy day tomorrow. So with that being said, guys, I just wanted to make this video short and sweet and just go over it real simple. Tomorrow, like I said, the storms will actually go to composite reflectivity. Just do a recap here. The storms will be moving in. Ooh, these smokes. This is 3 a.m. real quick. 3 a.m. Like I said, that line of storms, that warm front is advancing into the state already. And then by 8 o'clock, pretty much covers the entire central part of the state. I think it just barely misses Mankato. Janesville area looks to be just fine. As that second line rolls through, guys, like I said, that's like the dry line, the cold front coming in behind it. By 1 o'clock, by 3 o'clock, I was showing it was already dry down here in Mankato. So as those storms roll in, they'll really pack a punch, suck up a lot of that moist air, and leave it far behind it. So like I said, 2 o'clock, and then as 3 o'clock, as that line of storms advances just north of I-94, they will get more intense as it smacks into that unstable air. So by 4 o'clock, it unzips semi-discrete supercells with more of a tornado threat in Wisconsin. Maybe the Minnesota side, just up here by would be up there. Yep, I am not in the right mind right now for all these cities. Pardon me. Just south of Duluth. How about that? And as they unzip, like I said, they'll pack a punch more. So all of these storms will definitely be giant hailers, tornadoes, embedded tornadoes, high winds. It'll definitely be packing a punch as these storms roll in. So definitely some relief for the wildfires up north as they get some rain tomorrow. So I hope you guys like what you watched. Please like, subscribe, comment, leave any sort of feedback. I truly appreciate it. It helps me grow no matter what kind of feedback it is. So hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Stay sky aware tomorrow, and have a great rest of your week.